Hey everyone, and welcome. So, if you feel like you're ready to graduate from just making simple to-do lists and you want to finally get a real handle on your projects, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to dive into the structures, the strategies, and the tools that can turn project chaos into total clarity.
Does this look familiar? I mean, a desk just buried in sticky notes, a to-do list app that scrolls on forever, that nagging feeling that you're about to drop one of the many balls you're juggling? Yeah, we've all been there. It's that feeling of being completely overwhelmed, just reacting to tasks instead of actually managing a project.
So, that brings us to the big question. Is it possible to trade all that chaos for some clarity? Oh yeah, absolutely. And the secret isn't about working harder or longer hours. It's about working smarter, using a proven framework to guide you.
To get there, the first thing we need to wrap our heads around is that there's no single right way to manage a project. You can kind of think of it like a menu of different philosophies, where each one is perfectly designed for a different kind of challenge.
First up on the menu is the Waterfall method. It's exactly what it sounds like, a linear approach, where you have to finish one phase completely before you can even think about starting the next. Think about building a house or manufacturing a car. The goal is super clear from the beginning, and going backwards would be a disaster.
Next, we've got lean. The idea here is simple, but it is so powerful. Give the customer the most value possible by getting rid of everything else. We're talking about ruthlessly cutting out any meetings, features, or steps that don't add real value. It's all about efficiency.
Then there's Scrum. You've probably heard of this one. It's a massive favorite in the software world, and for good reason. It's built for speed and being able to pivot on a dime. You have small teams working in these short, focused bursts called sprints, delivering small pieces of the project as they go. This way, they can get feedback fast and adapt to changes without derailing the whole thing.
And last but not least, Kanban. Hey, if you're a visual person, this one is for you. It's so simple. You use a board, physical or digital, with columns like To Do, In Progress, and Done. It's an incredibly easy and flexible way to see exactly where everything stands with just a quick glance.
Okay, so how in the world do you choose? Well, let's break it down with this handy little cheat sheet. If your project is predictable, Waterfall is your friend. If you need maximum efficiency, go with Lean. Need speed and flexibility? Scrum's your answer. And for visual clarity, it's Kanban all the way. The biggest thing to remember here is that there's no best method, there's only the best tool for the specific job you're trying to do.
Now, here's the cool part. No matter which of those methods you pick, there's a kind of universal framework that sits underneath almost every single successful project. Think of it like this. If Scrum or Kanban is the recipe you're using, this framework is the fundamental cooking technique you absolutely have to know.
It's called the PMBOK, which stands for the Project Management Body of Knowledge. And listen, this isn't just someone's good idea, it's the globally recognized industry standard from the Project Management Institute. It's basically the collection of best practices that have been proven to work time and time again.
So, the PMBOK framework breaks any project you can imagine down into 5 really logical phases. You start by initiating, getting the project off the ground. Then you move into detailed planning. After that, it's time for executing, doing the actual work. And while you're executing, you're constantly monitoring your progress. And finally, you finish up with a formal closing phase. This 5-step process is pretty much a universal roadmap to getting things done right.
All right, theory is great, but what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's walk through these 5 phases using a super practical example from our source material, launching a project using a modern cloud-based intranet tool. Let's start with phase 1.
Phase 1. Initiating. It's all about a strong, clear start. So instead of a confusing storm of emails, modern tools let you centralize the whole kickoff. You can announce the project in a newsfeed, create a dedicated channel for all communication, figure out who needs to be on the team, and set up a central digital workspace from day one.
Next up, phase 2, planning. Here, we get to fight a common enemy, version control. You know what I'm talking about, right? Files named project plan _final _v3 actually final. Well, the solution is to use a single, collaborative document that lives in your shared workspace. That way, everyone is always looking at the most up-to-date version. Everyone is literally on the same page.
Okay, phase 3, executing. This is where the rubber meets the road and the work actually gets done. Modern tools are a game changer here. You can assign specific tasks to specific people, track all your deadlines on a shared calendar, and work together on documents in real time. It's all about creating clarity and accountability. No more, I thought you were doing that.
And as you're executing, you're also in phase 4 monitoring. Now, this isn't about micromanaging your team, not at all. It's about having visibility. A good project platform gives you a real-time dashboard so you can see progress, spot potential problems before they blow up, and just make sure everyone is still moving in the right direction.
So what's the actual impact of using these kinds of integrated tools? I mean, does it really make a difference? Well, our source material points to a pretty compelling statistic, and that number is 75%.
And here's what that 75% actually means. 3/4 of people who use integrated tools like instant messaging say it cuts way down on the endless back and forth of email and phone calls. Just think about that. That frees up a massive amount of time to focus on the work that really matters. It proves that the right tool doesn't just organize your work, it makes you way more efficient.
Finally, we get to the closing phase, which honestly gets skipped way too often. This is your golden opportunity to learn and get better. You can use surveys to get feedback, document what went right and what went wrong in a shared knowledge base for next time, and of course, celebrate your team's success with the whole company. This is what turns a finished project into a valuable lesson for the future.
So, after all that, what's the big idea? What's the main takeaway? It's really about shifting your whole mindset. It's about moving from just doing tasks to intentionally managing projects with a clear plan and the right tools to back you up.
I mean, just look at the difference here. The old way is total chaos, right? Information is everywhere, deadlines get missed, and nobody's really sure who's responsible for what. But the new way, powered by a solid framework and good tools, gives you clarity, accountability, and one central place for everything. It is just a fundamentally better way to get things done.
So there you have it. You now have the blueprint for success. You've got a menu of methods to choose from and a solid 5-phase framework to guide you every step of the way. So, I guess the only question left is, with this new toolkit, what project are you going to master first?